You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, God cut you down. Sooner or later, God cut you down. Go tell that long-time liar. Don't tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler and the gambler and the backbiter. Tell him the God's gonna cut him down. Tell him the God's gonna cut him down.
Welcome to the Final Four of TI Madness. As we're here at the world famous Talladega Super Speedway. And tonight, your Final Four, you have the 22 of Craig Martin, who is at the top of the leaderboard right now. Guess he's trying to show some stroke around here. As he takes on the Cinderella Man himself, the 36 of Nick Uricchio. Every time the chips have been stacked against this man, his competitor has just hit a streak of bad luck. Last week, lap 1, the 92, Daniel Giroux met the inside wall there by pit lane at Watkins Glen. And Nick was able to keep his nose clean all night to make his way here to the Final Four. The 16 seed, lowest seed possible, has somehow made it to the Final Four. In the other bracket, you have the 37, Casey Carrington, who has done nothing but win over the past month. He has reeled off 3 straight victories. Tonight he's trying to go for number 4, but he says he doesn't like Talladega. He's never won a race at Talladega. Seems to always get wrecked out. So he's hoping to change his luck here tonight. And the man he is facing off against in the Final Four, out of Eastern Pennsylvania, Lehigh Valley, the 91 of Dylan Rosenberg, who came into this as the number 3 seed, who's made his way all the way here to the Final Four, just ripping off the top 5s week in, week out. But that's not the only drama we have. Because we also have your points battle for the championship. Your points leader, Cal. Call your shot, Ether. And the A car right there. And that GTR, Selena Truck Stop 52. Cairo Race Designs. Mobile out front. As he is up by 2 points over the 7 car of Joshua Dunn, who last week, please, he got cleaned out. In case he has a different opinion on it, we'll see how they play tonight at Talladega. Everybody needs a dance partner there at the end. You might find yourself with somebody that you might not thought you'd be dancing with. In before practice ends. We got about another 5 minutes here. Some old names back in the business. Zach Mertez out here. And the Triple Deuce, Randy Cordwell back in action. Familiar sight there at Talladega. The A car out front. We'll be seeing a bunch of that tonight. That's for damn sure. This tonight's drivers, they'll each have one fast repair. Hopefully the big one doesn't happen right off the bat. A bunch have to use it. But then again, hopefully it does happen. Makes it a little bit more interesting for us. see if we can get a word in with the league owner, Christopher Lewis.
Mr. Broadcaster. Oh, good, okay.
Chris, do you have a copy?
I got you this time, buddy.
It's only week 7. I finally got you in a broadcast booth to interview you.
I'm a busy man, when you run the best team out there, it's hard, life's a little hard.
Best team, but second in team points right now behind Showtime Racing. Going into tonight's race, how do you look at that?
We got to have a big race tonight. Everybody on the team's got to step up. We had a team meeting earlier today about it. We know what we need to do. We know how we need to do it. We just got to be able to do it tonight. Got to go mistake-free. Got to hit pit road perfect. And we got to be there at the end.
Have you tried to channel your inner Coach Bombay?
I don't even know who Coach Bombay is.
You're telling me you, as a hockey player, have never watched Mighty Ducks, huh?
That's fake. I'm not a big fan of it. Give me Brooks, Miracle on Ice, I'm there, but Mighty Ducks, no.
You might have just become the most hated person in the world right now. And it wasn't really much of an argument beforehand, but now I definitely think you've given everybody the evidence they needed to hate you.
Well, have you at least seen the amazing paint scheme we have tonight?
I have not shown that yet on the screen.
Good. Everybody gets a surprise then.
Yeah, the reviews, I'll tell you, some of the other drivers, they had some snide remarks about it. Took it a little bit personal.
Well, they can have those remarks when they finish behind it tonight.
All right, let me get your prediction real quick. Who's winning this whole TI madness?
That's Casey, without a doubt. 100% Casey.
I know Casey's probably cussing right now, saying thank you, Chris, for just giving me the curse.
It's going to be Casey, unless somehow Uricchio pulls it off again tonight, pulls the upset, and Casey doesn't show up to Charlotte. It's Casey.
All right, Christopher, I'm going to let you go ahead and step into your little office there and go ahead and try to lay down a fast lap. Best of luck to you tonight, and hopefully we get to talk to you once again.
That'll be good. See you later, buddy.
That was Christopher Lewis, the 111 car. All right, let's go ahead and see who we got out here on track. There's a look at the Steven Johnson car. Right now, Dylan McLean, top of the leaderboard, followed by 5:27, Logan Hamilton. Brand Newton sitting in third. Mitchell Mark just went top of the leaderboard, followed by Steven Johnson, Dallas Childress. And they're switching all through here. Dylan Rosenberg just said, "Hey, Casey, I'm up front. Where you at?" Oh, and Craig Martin in the other bracket puts it on outside pole. The Selena truck stop car jumps up to third spot. Zachary Mertez puts it to the top of the leaderboard, followed by Casey Carrington as well. I don't know. I guess we don't have out of bounds in qualifying, or do we? As you've seen, Zach was below the double yellow line. I'm not one for controversy, but I don't know. You be the judge of that one. All right, let's go down the starting grid. Zach Mertez starting on pole, followed by Casey Carrington. As he's taking on Dylan Rosenberg, who's starting third. Craig Martin fourth. Kyle Ether fifth. Daniel Giroux sixth. Mitchell Mark seventh. Steve Melnick eighth. Cinderella Man Nick Uricchio ninth. Eric Garrison 10th. Steven Johnson 11th. Logan Hamilton 12th. Dylan McClain, 13th. Josh Dunn, 14th. Dallas Childress, 15th. Ryan Whitaker, 16th. John Russo and Randy Cornwell make up row number 9. Row number 10, Brandon Newton starting on the inside. Outside him, the 5, Dalton Wilson. Quinn McLean and Sean McLean in row number 11. Row number 12, you have Colby Wells and Chris Lewis. Round out the field, Christopher Pendell making his debut in TI Racing this week. And Sean Lester also making a return tonight. $60 laps tonight as we take on 2.5 miles here at Talladega Superspeedway. That's the paint job that Chris Lewis was talking about. TI Racing. Well, Cinderella, is the clock about ready to strike midnight? Or you got another dance left in you? Look at all these people here. Standing room only at Talladega Speedway. And unlike most tracks, the start-finish line is not in the center of the tri-oval. No, no, no. They want a little bit extra excitement, so they put it on the other side of the tri-oval. Green flag is out. Zach takes off. Goes down into turn number one. Everybody's looking to make their way through clean. Out ever so slightly over Zach right now for the lead. Casey Carrington out front once again. I know you've heard this before here. Ryan making a move there on the outside in the 18 car. Ryan doesn't have any help out there. I wonder if anybody's going to pull up. Zach was able to get back under Casey there. He's out front by a nose. Casey in the momentum on the high side, able to put him back out front to get credit for leading that lap. As you've seen Casey pull down in front of Zach, get in front of the bottom line there, leaving Craig out front on the high side. Casey goes back up, picks up Craig. Casey doing whatever he can do to keep control of this race right now. Zach looks on the high side. That's going to leave the gap there. Let's see if Dylan closes that bubble. Oh yeah, Dylan closed that bubble quick enough. Oh, we got a crash. C18 turned Logan there into the wall, then John Russo ends up hitting him. No caution flag out for that. Right now you have Dylan Rosenberg in the 91 fighting with Casey Carrington. Not only is this a battle for the lead, but this is a battle into the finals next week. Josh Dunn must have been caught up in that action as well, as he's on pit lane right now. Daniel Giroux right on the back bumper. Dylan just pushing him. Up here 3 wide. Things calmed down a bit. They got a little bit hairy going in 3 and 4 there. 10 down, 50 more to go. As you see, we got this lead pack out here. And you have the 111 and Chris Lewis, followed by Cali Ether, Colby Wells, Nicky Uricchio, Steven Johnson, Mitchell Mark. I don't know if there's some strategy going on there, or if they're just hoping that this lead pack eliminates each other. See Eric Garrison trying to work that super high line. Doesn't have any help up there. Randy's sitting there in the 4th spot. Biggest mover so far. Now Eric has some help. It's a 12 car. Let's see if they're able to make some headway up there. As Eric and Brandon are able to work that high side and get all the way up there and do a little bit of tandem drafting there. There comes Martin Melnick on the high side. Followed by Pendle. See if they can do the same thing. Melnick's up to 3rd. Pendle keeps pushing him. See, he's trying to get up to the lead there. Stephen Melnick out front right now. As Garrison's making his way back on the bottom side there. Give that lap to Garrison. See, Melnick just clipped the apron a little bit there, drifted up. Back bumper of Garrison. Just pulls down from him. Even Pendle out front on the high line, followed by McLean. Newton out front, as you see Pendle on the outside there, followed by Garrison and McLean. Casey's dropped all the way back here to the 12th spot. As that second pack has somehow made its way back up here to the first pack. After getting separated there on the Logan Hamilton accident on lap 6. got Dylan McLean in the 18 car, followed by the 94 Christopher Pendo. Followed by Brandon Newton, Eric Garrison, Steve Melnick, Randy Cornwell, Sean Lester in the 3 car. You have Zach in the 02, followed by Kyle Ether. Cinderella Man's there on the outside, all by himself. 20 Colby Wells. Sean McLean 12th, Dylan Rosenberg 13th, Daniel Giroux in the 92 run 14th. Craig Martin run 15th as he is in the battle against Nick Uricchio, the 36 car, for the spot in the finals. As the other battle is Casey Carrington way back here in 16th as he takes on the 91 of Dylan Rosenberg, who's up here in 12th. Here come pit stops. Let's see if anybody locks it up. Oh boy, they're getting in and they're hot. Oh, we got contact. But yet everybody makes it in. I wonder if there's any penalties. Pendle the first one to his pit stall. That leaves Randy, Sean, Nick, and Zach run out there, your top 4 all together. As Ryan's trying to catch up to him. As here comes the final 5. Looks like Christopher Lewis had a little bit of trouble getting off the pit road there. You have Chris out front all by himself with no drafting help. And you have the 22 and 8 all linked up. As the second group's just heading into turn 1 right now, coming on off the pit road. As Colby Wells is going to inherit the lead after the pit cycle. Alex making a move on the inside, Cal Ether. Garrison pulls up, trying to get some help from Kyle. Out front, you have Eric Garrison, followed by Cal Ether, Colby Wells, 3rd, Steve Melnick, 4th, Casey Carrington, 5th. Daniel Drews in 7th. Or 6th, I mean, Christopher Pendle in 7th. Then you have a gap back to your second group with Zachary Mertes, Randy Cornwell, Sean Lester, and Nick Uricchio. Dylan Rosenberg is also a part of that group. So you have 1 through 7, and the 8 through 12 is your next group. More of this front group fights here side by side. That's going to allow that second group to catch up to them. Cal Ether out front, in the Salina 52 truck stop machine. Casey Carrington trying to get back out front to the lead. Colby over that back bumper of the 8, trying to keep Cal out front. Drew's trying to get Casey out front. Colby with a shot to Cal. You just see him start to drive away from him there. Here comes Zach Mertez and Randy Cornwell to the party. Oh, Colby with a shot going into the turn. Almost turns Cal around. Cal's able to gather it back up. Now allow Casey Carrington to get out front and Daniel Giroux. Now Pendle's trying to make his way back out. This field makes it by a lap car, Steven Johnson. Here's Craig Martin running back in 13th with Mitchell Mark and Brandon Newton and Ryan Whitaker. Except the guy he's racing against, Nick Uricchio, is in 11th. As you can see, that second pack is nowhere to be seen. Let's see if they come into frame anytime soon. Field's going into 2, and they're just now getting into 1. They got some ground to make up if Greg wants to make the next round. And the other matchup, you have the 91 of Dylan Rosenberg taking on your leader, Casey Carrington, as they're 3 wide for the lead here. This is going to get exciting. A lot of movement there in that middle lane. Nick's on the outside, pushing Zach through the tri-oval. It's a dangerous move. Cinderella wants to go dancing next week. Pushing Zach out front. That last push was a little bit too much going into the turn. Broke up the momentum of the top line, allowing the 92 and 37 to pull out front again. As here they come again, as the 36 pushing the 2 through the tri-oval. We're 3 wide for the lead. She's got Casey Carrington with 37, 94, Chris Pendle, and the 02 is Zachary Mertez. As Nick is pushing him out front. So here comes Casey on the inside. car dancing there in that middle lane. Sean pulls out to the high side. Doesn't get some momentum from Zach's bump. You see lap car Steven Johnson make his way back up through the field. Field had to deal with lap car Sean McLean there as well. Now you have Colby Wills over the back of Zach, trying to get that high side reformed. Colby pushing the O2 out front. This casing, that low line prevails once again. And Chris is just sitting there in the middle. Randy has a good push to the bumper of the 94 there in the middle. Randy if we move the outside. Casey Carrington out front, followed by Daniel Giroux. The 92 or the 222, Randy Cornwell and Christopher Penwell in the 94 fighting for third. Steve Melnick there as well. 9-car Steven Johnson's a lap down. He's staying up there trying to get to Lucky Dog if the caution comes out. Just hoping not to be part of it. Christopher Pendle gets credit for leading that lap. "25 laps to go in this race. Comes Chris once again. Now on the high outside, you got Randy and Colby Wells working together. Your top 10, you have Casey Carrington, Daniel Drew, Christopher Pendel, Steve Melnick, Colby Wells, Randy Cornwell, Dylan Rosenberg, Zach Mertez, Nick Uricchio, and Sean Lester. Then sitting in 11th, you have Kyle Ether and Eric Garrison. So your lead pack, you have 13 cars, top 12 plus. Steven Johnson in 9. The 37, 92, and 1, they've all been pretty dedicated to that bottom line, not really getting off the yellow line there. Colby pushing the 94 out front. One thing I noticed, Colby Wells, he doesn't care if we're in the turn or not. He's pushing you. Colby Wells out front. Randy Cornwell for a good push, the Christopher Pendel. Got him way out front now. That's Cal Ether. He was back there in 11th. Now he's already up here at the 3rd. Caution flag is out. Little checkup by the bottom lane there. Zach checked up, had nowhere to go. Sean got on the back of him, put him in the wall there. Brings out the yellow flag. Everybody's going to be coming to pit road now. 20 laps to go when we go back to green. That's going to get pretty interesting. Steven Johnson, lucky dog. Got his lap back. It's going to make it a whole new race for him. Cal Ether won the race off of pit road there. It's going to put him out front here for this restart. Followed by Christopher Pendle, Randy Cornwell, Colby Wells, Nick Uricchio, Casey Carrington, Daniel Giroux, Dylan Rosenberg, Steve Melnick, Dylan McLean, Craig Martin 11th, Ryan Whitaker 12th, Mitchell Mark 13th, Chris Lewis 14th, Brandon Newton 15th, Dallas Childress 16th, Eric Garrison 17th, Zach Mertes 18th, Stephen Johnson, who was the lucky dog, 19th. Followed by Sean Lester in 20th, Dalton Wilson 21st, Sean McLean 22nd, Quinn McLean 23rd, Logan Hamilton 24th, Josh O'Dwan 25th. And round out your field, John Russo 26th. Dalton Wilson staying out. Get the wave around here. He's going to be hoping for a quick yellow. All right, 18 laps to go. The lights are out on the pace car. The Selena 52 Piss Jugman car is out front. All is right in the world today. Casey Carrington versus Dylan Rosenberg. And also Nick Uricchio versus Craig Martin. Those are the two matchups we'll be watching over the final 18 laps of this race. As that Ford Mustang pulls off the track. Scally brings him into the Geico restart zone. He takes off. He got a good jump there. As Chloe Wells dives down the bottom, leaving no help there on the outside for Christopher Pendle. Let's see if Casey comes and picks him up. 17 laps to go, and Cinderella's in fourth spot. Moves the outside there, tries to pick up Casey. This Cal moves out there as well and makes the block. Colby gives him a nice shot. Randy and Nick on the inside there. As Randy's able to pull ahead of Cal by a nose. Colby gives Cal a nice shot to put him out front for that lap. Cal Ether's out front, followed by 20 Colby Wells, as there's Randy and Nick making their way back on the inside, followed by Christopher Pendle in the 94. Randy's out front as they come out of turn number 4. Kyle's trying to manage both lanes. As Randy gets a little bit loose from the push there from Nick as they're coming out too. Able to keep it gathered up. Didn't lose much ground there. And you see the field fans out there in the back. Colby all over the back bumper there. Nick with a nice shot. Puts Randy out front. Coming to 14 to go. Colby with a good push to the 8 there, coming off of 2. As you see, Nick with a good bump into the 222 to Randy as they go into 3. Randy a full car out in front. Colby puts Kyle back out front. 13 laps to go. You see the 1891 start to work the high side. Steven gets into the wall a little bit there, collects it back up. As Ryan's the only one there in the 3rd lane. Let's see if it. Oh boy, you got Dylan Rosenberg down there. Never mind, that was Dallas Childers. Oh, crap. Dallas smoked the wall. No caution. Dallas is off to the inside. That was an ill-timed push. The 10 car Dallas Childers going into 3 as you saw him shoot off the track. Then come back up into the turn 4. Followed by Nick. Here comes Colby and Kyle Ether on the outside. Piss Jugman back out front. Colby all over the back bumper. Ooh. Piss Jugman steals Randy's nose there, pulling down in front of him. Can't imagine Randy being too happy with that one. Colby with a shot going into 1. $11 laps to go. Randy Cornwell out front, followed by Nick Uricchio. Kyle Ether and Colby Wells fighting there on the outside as they got the 18 of Ryan Whitaker and also the 18 of Dylan McLean. 2 18s. Colby with a shot in the middle of the turn. Cal Ether back out front. He gets down low. Now Colby Wells has a run on the outside. Ryan Whitaker giving him a push. Ten laps to go. Colby's car jumped a little bit to the outside. Ryan was able to stay close. Did lose a little bit of momentum the inside line. See cars dancing there about 3 rows back. Can't push the pusher. Dylan McClain and Case Carrington trying to work that high outside on the 0-2. Zach. Casey thinks better of it and pulls back into the middle lane. Checking up a little bit through the tri-oval there. Dylan's trying to side draft all by himself there on the high side. A big push. Oh boy, we got some action back here. 18 goes around. Caution flag is out. Daniel Giroux got a little bit of that action right there. Mertez just come together. Melnick's a part of it. Boy, that's going to put us in position for a hell of a shootout to finish this race. Alright, that's going to put Kyle Ether out front, Colby Wells second, Randy Cornwell third, Ryan Whitaker fourth, Cinderella fifth, Casey Carrington sixth, Brandon Newton seventh, Christopher Pendle eighth, Dylan McClain ninth, Daniel Giroux 10th, Dylan Rosenberg 11th, Stephen Johnson 12th, Eric Garrison 13th, Chris Lewis 14th, Zachary Mertez 15th, Mitchell Mark 16th, Craig Martin 17th. Oh no, Craig. Craig, what's wrong? Oh no. Come on, Craig. I need you to get back in this race, damn it. Craig doesn't get back in this race. That's going to allow Cinderella to make it into the finals. caution. Should be re-racked them, getting ready, one to go here. Yep, lights are out on the pace car as the field's gun double foul. We're going to restart with 4 laps to go. As we look at the TI Madness bracket, you have Casey Carrington in 5th as he takes on Dylan Rosenberg, who's way back here in 11th. Lock and change in the next 9 miles. And also, you have Nick Uricchio in 5th, Cinderella. Taking on Craig Martin way back here in 17th. Nick is 4 laps away from making his way into the finals, which no one thought he had a chance in hell. Will this race finish without a green-white checker? We shall see. Highly doubt it, though. There's no more give and take. It's all take, push, push, push. You better hold on to that car you spin out. Sorry, that's on you, bud. Ford Mustang pulls off the track. Cal Ether brings him into the restart zone here. Green flag is out. Randy is pushing. Trying to get Cal out there. So we watch the field go down in turns 1 and 2. Casey making his way up to the high side there. And you have Colby and Kyle neck and neck, as they both have somebody right there on their bumper. Here comes Nick up there. It's the field. Oh, got a caution flag. Chris just decided to drive right through the 92 there. Zero fucks given, huh, Chris? It's going to set us up for a green-white checker here as Colby Wells is out front. Kyle Ether is second, Ryan Whitaker third, Randy Cornwell fourth, Casey Carrington fifth, Nick Uricchio sixth, Christopher Pendle seventh, Dylan Rosenberg eighth. Dylan's making his way ever so slightly to Casey. Eric Garrison ninth, Brandon Newton 10th, Chris Lewis 11th, even though he's probably going to be heading to the pits, probably the back of the field. Zachary Mertes 12th, Craig Martin 13th. Once again, Craig's in a battle with the 36 and Nick Uricchio up here in 6th. Well, I was correct on telling you that there is no way we're making this without a green-white checker. Here we are. Lights are off. That Ford and Mustang pace car. Colby Wells out front. Kyle Ether on the outside. Triple Deuce, Randy Cornwell is going to be lined up behind the 8. The 18 of Ryan Whitaker is going to be lined up behind the 20 of Colby Wells. Then you have Casey Carrington looking for 4 in a row here, sitting in the 5th spot. Outside of him, Cinderella in 6th. Just trying to finish in front of Craig Martin. It's way back there, right behind Christopher Lewis. Well, folks, I know you paid for the whole seat, but you're only going to need it for these final 3 laps. Colby brings him into the restart zone. Green flag is out. Kyle with a good start, but he doesn't have any help behind him. That might hurt him here. Let's see if Randy picks him up or if Randy splits him going into 1. Right now, everybody's staying to his tail. Randy with a good shot. Nick with a shot to him, though. Ryan's able to stay around the back bumper of 20. They're locked together. Randy with a big shot there. You see Dylan pulling up there on the outside. The 12 and Christopher Lewis 111 go around, bringing out the caution flag. Brandon Newton, Chris Lewis. Looks like Brandon Mertes had a nose there.
Goes corner.
12 gets turned right down into Christopher Lewis. Guess we can't blame that one on him. But green and white checker attempt number 2. Here we go. Yeah, 12 just run in the middle of the 2 lanes there. And, is that sort of there? Like I said, we're down here at the end of this race. The give and take. There is no more give. It's all take, take, take. All right, field's already getting lined up again. Colby Wells out front, Kyle Ether second, Ryan Whitaker third, Randy Cornwell fourth, Casey Carrington fifth, Nick Uricchio sixth, Dylan Rosenberg seventh, Christopher Pendle eighth, Eric Garrison ninth, Craig Martin 10th, Stephen Johnson 11th, Zachary Mertes 12th, Daniel Drew 13th, Stephen Melnick 14th, Sean Lester 15th, Dalton Wilson 16th, Dylan McLean 17th, Brandon Newton 18th, Chris Lewis 19th, Mitchell Mark 20th, Sean McLean 21st, Dallas Childress 22nd, Quinn McLean, Logan Hamilton 23 and 24th, and 25th and 26th round out your field would be Joshua Dunn and John Russo. As the pace car turns the lights off on that Ford Mustang, we get ready to take another attempt at this green white checker. As you see, Christopher Lewis tagging up to the field there. He said he was going to win this tonight. Well, let's see if he pulls off a miracle here in the next 3 laps. Craig Martin restarting 10th. Next 6th. Only 2 rows ahead of him. As you see right there, you have Dylan Rosenberg in that 91 Valvoline car right behind the 37 of Casey Carrington. And that's your other battle for the TI Madness bracket. As you see, the Ford Mustang is pulling off. Colby Wells brings him down to restart this race. Green flag is out. Neither of the front row has much help. You see Christopher Pendle in 94 making the move down the inside. Casey's positioned himself. I think he's going to look for some momentum, make that third lane work. Out front, you have Cal Ether, Colby Wells. Ryan's getting a good push on Colby. They're beating banging. Half the field gets taken out right there. Holy shit. Nick Uricchio is on the outside. He's got help from Casey Carrington. Dylan Rosenberg and Casey are fighting for the battle. They make it into the finals. They beat bang. Colby Wells takes the victory. Nick Uricchio second. Casey Carrington third. Kyle Ether fourth, Dylan Rosenberg fifth. Oh my God, Dylan missed out on the finals right there. Let's take a look at this big one. As you see, Craig Martin gets cleaned out right here. Oh, there goes Craig's shot. Steve Melnick's in it as well. Daniel Giroux, Sean Lester. Christopher Pendle is a part of that as well. Everybody just getting a piece of that one. But let's take a look here at this finish. Colby Wells is out front. Cinderella is on the outside, just trying to get the victory. Then right behind him, you have Dylan Rosenberg and the 37 Casey Carrington fighting for that final transfer spot to take on Nick next week. As Casey just somehow makes it. What a finish. Let's go ahead and get the top three up here. Let me go ahead and get Casey Carrington, who's won the past three. Casey, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Well, it's not your usual victory lane, but you actually did make it through Talladega and you didn't get wrecked.
Yeah, that's surprising. Third place is equivalent to a victory for me at Talladega. As I was probably saying last week in the interview, I've done probably 50 league races at Daytona and Talladega over the years and never won a race here. So yeah, I finished technically ahead of Kyle. I finished ahead of Rosenberg and advanced to the final. I hate that I had to push Uricchio there and send Cinderella to the ball, but yeah, we got through it.
Yeah, trust me, I'm gonna have to eat crow in this one once again. Thanks to you, Casey, on that one. But Craig got caught up in the big one that happened behind you. Now, by any chance, have you checked out the replay yet?
Yeah.
So you saw how close you was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole finish there
Absolutely.
for you.
Yeah. That was yeah, I didn't even realize too that it was Ethier in the middle. I was thinking it was Rosenberg in the middle, so I was really making sure that I didn't when I kind of started to turn Riccio there at the end, I was trying to keep him straight so it didn't take Rosenberg out. But I mean, all in all, a good night for us, I guess. I don't know. None of us know the team standings because I guess Colby winning, he's part of TI again. So I guess we probably lost ground in the team standings. But yeah, I mean, hey, we survived. We didn't get wrecked by Chris Lewis, so we were one of the lucky few. And we'll go on to Charlotte and figure out what happens there.
Well, I imagine when we see the updated points, that's also gonna put you up top.
We'll see.
So next week you have a chance at the TI Madness Championship along with the Team Championship and possibly the Drivers Championship next week at Charlotte.
Yeah, team championships are what I'm going for there. I've got the drivers championship already in my trophy case, and then the bracket. I mean, that'll come with the team championship, or you know what I mean. That's kind of secondary, but main focus go out there. Hopefully, I win, make it 4 out of 5, and yeah, get the team championship for TI.
All right, go ahead and give a shout out to all your people, Casey.
Shout out to Showtime Racing, Craig, Dylan, Daniel, Steven, myself. Shout out to you for doing the broadcast. Shout out to some of the new guys that came out. I mean, it hadn't been here in a while, like Cornwell. It's been a year or so since I raced him. Mertez wasn't too much of a weapon. He was a little scary at the start, but hey, I mean, he had the qualifying speed. Yeah, actually, I want to retract that shout out because he stole the bonus point from me for pole. So to hell with that. But yeah, and then shout out, yeah,
Did you go below the yellow line qualifying?
no.
See, he did. I caught that on his lap, but I'm questioning
Usually in this car,
this.
it's so fast you don't want to go below the yellow line.
Yeah, he came to the finish line below the yellow line. He ran the whole front stretch on the apron there.
Must have been the difference.
I believe it was. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask Chris Lewis about the legalities of this.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right. Well, we will see you next week in Charlotte, and best of luck to you, Casey.
Thank you.
Son of a bitch, you got a copy. I mean, Cinderella.
Yes, sir. I'm here. I am here, sir. I'm here. What can I say? A one-car team with a dream, baby. We just keep going. We just keep going. I thought I was about to have my first TI League win right there. That was a lot of fun. But I just can't believe it. We're on a roll here, Bo. We are on a roll.
Yep. No matter how much I cheer against you and wish it against you, somehow you pulled this out.
I appreciate that. I need that motivation. And we ran a clean race. Honestly, I mean, from start to finish, I can't think of anything I could have done better. I was worried about gas at the end of that race. Literally, I was about to run out. If it had gone another green, white checkered, I don't know if I'd have made it. But what a drive, man! What a drive! I told you if it got to Dega, all bets were off, and we got to Dega. I'm guessing
You got to Dega, and you almost won the son of a bitch.
I know, man. We got to that line and I had a shot and I was side drafting Cody and doored him a little bit to try and slow him up, and I just didn't have enough. I was working with actually Kyle, and it was nice having Randy Cornwell back in. I got teamed up with those two, and for the second half of the race, it was basically us three on restarts. Um, and then Casey at the end. Casey gave me a push there on the last couple of laps. I thought I had it. I really did. I've been trying to win in this league for I don't know how many seasons now. You've gotten one or two, and always a bridesmaid, never the bride. But it's coming one of these weeks. I promise you.
I've only got one, and that was that Martinsville debacle, which tomorrow night we'll see at Bristol.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I love Bristol, and we got ASCAR. We've both been having some good runs in ASCAR lately, and in this league. Who knows what could happen. Charlotte, I'm guessing I'm going against the man, Casey. But who would have thought the 16th seed would be in the finals, other than me? Well, we're here, and you know what I got to say. If you got any legal troubles in South Carolina, we're fast, we're legal. Query Solder and Uricchio, LLC. Call us 843-795-9500. We are here to help. So, got to give a little shout out. And I appreciate you interviewing me, man. I'm getting used to this now, So let's hope next week's in the Winter Circle and the TI March Madness bracket winner as well.
I pray to God that doesn't happen. I'll lose faith in this whole bracketology.
You will never, ever hear the end of it, Bo. Ever, if I win this bracket. If something happens and I win this bracket, I'll just, every race, beginning of the race, I'll just remind you of it.
I know you will. I know you will. All right, Nick, go ahead and give a shout out to all your people as we go into next week's finals.
I appreciate it. I got to thank my wife for letting me come on here and race 2 nights out of the week. Want to thank the fam. And, another note would be, I wish I'd have won. I'd have dedicated that to my pops. He passed away last year, and he actually, he was the one who got me into racing. He raced at a local short track growing up. So that first win's coming, and that's going to be his dedication. But I appreciate it, man. Thanks, Chris, for putting on the league. I have a lot of fun. I'm glad it's back, and thank you for broadcasting it, man. I'll see you next week, and I'll see you tomorrow night, too.
I'll see you next week, Cinderella. You got one more dance in you.
Yes, sir.
Colby, you got a copy?
I got you, man.
Well, you make your return. You're the hard charger of the race, and you're the race winner.
That's right. I wouldn't want it any other way. I like taking these little long break stints I have, and then come back and getting the win. I make a couple people mad, piss off a couple people, and then nothing better than parking it in victory lane. They can't say much after that.
No, when you park in victory lane, pretty much puts an end to all the shit talking.
That's right. They like to do it, continue it, but he can block me. He can make sure he can't see my messages, but he can see that 20 in victory lane. So that's all that really matters.
Like I said, that's a hell of a return for you tonight, and I've seen that you got added to the TI roster, so that helps them out in the team points.
That's right. Yeah, the main goal tonight was just to get Ti some points. I was trying to help Kyle out as much as possible, get him as many laps out as possible, kind of control those 2 lanes there. That was the goal between us both, was just keeping those 2 lanes. Then once I got put out of shape, Whitaker's trying to help me there. He kind of just knocked me to the side, and I got squirrely in the tri-oval, but we kept it straight, and it was kind of just hell from there. Me trying to win, Kyle trying to win, everybody trying to shuffle and jockeying. So, the main point was points, and I think we did it tonight.
Yeah, I think you definitely mission accomplished on the goal for tonight.
That's right. I appreciate Chris for letting me come back out here and get another opportunity to do it. I don't know how many more of these I'll get, so it's definitely special to be able to rep TI racing as long as I have and continuously do it, and I'll do it for as long as I can.
All right, Colby, go ahead and give a shout out to the rest of the team and everybody else.
I just got to thank Chris Lewis, Kyle Ethier, Steven Johnson, all my teammates over there that helped me throughout the day. A special thank you to Chris Lewis. He's put up with my bullshit for a very long time, and it's been a long road with him. And I know he's probably sick of me by now, but I appreciate him more than he knows. And just thank you to TI Racing for continuously doing the same thing and for supporting me through the years. Like I said with Chris, and definitely special to race with them, race with the team, and just thank him for all he did. And thank you for putting on for the broadcast.
Oh, thank you, Colby. You gonna make it in for next week at Charlotte?
I'm not too sure yet. I think my road is running pretty short here, so I'm not too sure. But if I can, I will, and we'll just have to see. Maybe I can go 2 for 2.
All right. If so, we'll see you next week. Thanks, Colby.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Hey, Chris, you got a copy?
I do, buddy.
All right, Coach Belichick. Your little play worked out for you tonight. You maximized your points.
We did. We're still down in the team points. We got one race to go. We're going to come out swinging. Charlotte's going to be the deciding factor, and we're all in.
So what's your plan for next week? Who you bringing in?
Same team. Colby, Logan, Ethier, me, and Johnston. It's all or nothing next week.
Like I said, there is a part of me that doesn't want you to win. There's a part of me that does want you to win it. I'm actually torn between us because I want to lay stake as the only other team to ever win the team championship. But at the same time, I hate to see you win.
I want you to be the only other team. I'd hate to see Showtime take it away, and we struggled a little bit this year. They've been hot. They're riding Casey. Casey's really good. He's got a lot of talent. Melnick has brought that team from nothing, and they've got a chance to win it now. It's just we got to come out strong. We got to come out swinging, and maybe we can steal this team championship away.
Yeah, I really don't know what to say about this. Like I said, I am torn personally on this one, and I'm a fan of Casey.
I'm not, because he's better than me. But
well, Chris, let's be honest. Half the fucking field's better than you. 3/4 of the field's better than you. Sorry.
Oh, we're getting there though.
But hey, we all enjoy what you do for the league, and we all
enjoy you broadcasting. You've done a heck of a job this year, and bringing this league back couldn't have been possible without you and what you've done. You've stepped up and helped us out. Casey stepped up. He's helped out. Ethier's helped out. Without these guys, I couldn't have done it. So appreciate all of y'all.
Well, we appreciate you and putting the league back together and getting it going again. Hell of a good showing tonight. I mean, we had a clean race for the most part at Talladega.
We did. It got a little dicey at the end, but it's supposed to. It's restrictor plate. I feel bad for Drew. I really honestly didn't mean to wreck him. I thought I was there. I thought he knew I was there. I don't know if he didn't know my nose was there or not, but definitely wasn't intentional. I was just riding the run and trying to take it the rest of the way. And
I'm just gonna chalk it up that you didn't see over the steering wheel there, Chris.
That's the surgery I had, halfway through the season. It's helping, but I'm still not used to it yet.
I know you just can't save your tits right now. All right, what's your outlook for next week?
I'm going to make a bold prediction. I'm not going to do the team championship. I'm not going to do the driver championship. Uricchio, the Cinderella story, he's going to steal it next week. Uricchio is going to win the TI Madness.
If he does, that's going to be pretty amazing.
he's I don't know how he's done it. Cinderella.
Somebody's gonna have to wreck Casey for that to happen.
I don't know. I know Uricchio. He raced with me and my team for a little bit. He's gonna put in about 1,000 laps of practice this coming week. He's gonna have a strategy in mind. Anybody can be Cinderella. It's gonna be him.
That's what he always wanted to be. That's what he always wanted to grow up to be. All right. Well, I will see you next week, Chris, and we'll see everybody next week for the finale.
Sounds good. See you at Charlotte. Another TI win.